Stuck on the bridge. One day, the diesel trains had already been called the meeting because the scrap director wanted them to find something, and why? Because they were not doing enough business. Diesel scolded angrily. It's those rotten engines and star tugs that are the problem. Bunch of creeps, the lot of them. He muttered to himself. Then he had a great idea. An evil grin spread across his face. He looked around for someone to help him. Come here, Dodge, he shouted. Yes, Diesel, what is it? Have you got a job for me? said Dodge, vrooming up beside the head of the diesel trains. Aren't we clever this morning? Sneered Diesel. Listen carefully and do exactly what I tell you. Later, Dodge found Edward. He was very scared of the old engine and tried to sound calm as he said, hold on, Edward, cried. The Captain Cook says you must go to the disused docks and collect a coal truck urgently. Edward frowned and Dodge gulped nervously. Edward wasn't convinced. He said, I'll telephone the captain on my way to check. But when he met Percy, the telephone call was forgotten. "Oi, Sunshine," howled Diesel later. "Edward needs some help at the disused docks. Can't think why he'd choose you." "Oh, right. I better report back to Transport Museum Sheds, though," said Sunshine. "And if you can't be bothered, I'll send some of my engines down there," chattered Diesel. Diesel and Dodge sniggered together. With Edward and Sunshine busy at the disused docks, our star tugs can't steal all our work, and we can make the money instead, said Diesel. "Who's next?" asked Dodge. "Shall I tell James he's needed the docks too?" "What? James? That clumsy oaf?" hissed Diesel. "Oh, no. We can leave him to mess things up for the star tugs and the engines on his own. James was the clumsiest engine in the place. When he tried to help, but when he was around, things had a habit of going wrong." Yes, interesting. Much later, Sunshine and Edward came to Transport Museum Sheds, looking very angry. "Sorry, sir, we were tricked. When I find that Diesel, I've told you before, engine and tug. I'm captain here, and I give the orders, all right?" Sunshine hated letting the captain down. "Never mind this time, Sunshine," I said. "Remember, though, Mavis needs an urgent oil delivery first thing tomorrow. She's very low. But she's got enough for tonight. She'll need it when this storm's coming up." "Right, sir." But Mavis came into Transport Museum Sheds because her light was broken. And it wasn't going to work when it's like that. This was very dangerous for someone to look through the dark. She wasn't the only one in trouble. Daisy was. Daisy was on the bridge, the rickety old bridge, which hasn't been used for a very long time. Wheel turn, I wheel turn. Daisy was going to cross the bridge very carefully, but then suddenly Daisy was halfway across the bridge. She stood maroon still. The cracks began to go louder and louder. And the bridge started to shudder and shake. Daisy was a bit scared, but she wanted to get to the other side. But then suddenly she had a mighty crack. The big crack was some piece of bridge falling apart. Daisy tried to start her engine, but she couldn't get herself moving. "Help! Help!" she called. Dodge came to see what on earth was going on. He saw Daisy stuck on the bridge. He knew he couldn't get her off, so he went for help. "Diesel, listen," he spluttered. "Daisy's stuck on the bridge, and Mavis can't use her light." "Oh, yes, and I suppose the sky's turned pink," snarled Diesel. "You can't fool me with that game. I thought of it, you little idiot, remember?" "How's the truth, fairly?" pleaded poor Dodge. "Scram, I haven't got time for your stupid jokes." Oh dear. Dodge didn't know what to do. Then